People think when they give names to things, they know what it is. They know nothing, it's just a name. It's all pseudo-knowledge. Daddy, how do the birds find their way thousands of miles to the other part of the planet? How do they do that? Oh, that's instinct. Oh, thank you. Now I know. So, yes, we need the mind, but to believe that it can give us access to the depths of reality, the depths of life, the depths of who we are, who you are, that's an illusion. It's a little instrument, beautiful, powerful in its own way, but incapable of doing so many things, useful for a small part of your life. Yes, but there's so much more, so much greater depth. And it all starts with looking at something and simply be alert and present with it, or a human being. There's space in the relationship, suddenly, because you are in touch with the still space within. Just looking. You all may remember, I may have mentioned in the talk 2 years ago, if those of you who were here, the Zen master who would never explain the meaning of Zen when people asked him. He became very famous. All he would ever do to explain what Zen means, which is quite mysterious to the human mind. People spend 20 years trying to figure out what it means and can't figure it out. Why? Because Zen is about no concepts. It's about no thought. It's about alertness, awareness. So he would say, what's the meaning of Zen? Explain, please, said the university professor. And all the Zen master ever did was, this is it. Oh. Some people got it because there was such intensity there. This. Oh. Thank you. Thank you. Others didn't get it. Did you hear my question, they said? I didn't hear your answer. If you were faced with a life-threatening emergency situation, either you would become paralyzed by fear, or it would push you into that state spontaneously, absolute, alert, thoughtless, aware presence. There is no fear in that. There's no personal history in that. There's no me in that. There's no thought, what am I going to do next in that? Because there's no time. Just that, and then you act. And what you do may be something that you never thought you could have done, but it just happened. The mind stepped aside because in an absolute emergency, it can't do anything because it hasn't got the time to think. So some people spontaneously enter that state of presence when they're in an emergency situation, and then usually then they fall back into their normal state. But it can give them a taste or a glimpse. So as you leave here, you'll be either walking somewhere, or driving somewhere, or on your bicycle. Be present. Are you there as the carrier of your personal history, plus your problematic future. That you need to think about now. Or are you there as aware consciousness, a field of conscious presence, looking, perceiving the aliveness, sensing the aliveness that is all around you, even in stones, the beingness, the presence of everything, and the aliveness that is in you, the aliveness that is you, the underlying presence. There's always a choice. You can be a walking story. It's never a happy one for long. Don't let the movies fool you that end with a wedding. It doesn't work like that. The story isn't really happy for long unless you bring in presence. Then there's, yes, something that is even deeper than happiness is there. And even the story of your life tends to improve when you access that deeper dimension. Even on the level of content, which is you don't really need anymore because it's fine as it is, and suddenly it improves. The universe becomes helpful, becomes cooperative. Life tends to become helpful. In the other state, the universe is threatening. Life is perceived as hostile. What's going to happen next? I dare not think about what's going to happen next. To me. What's going to happen to me? I'm not a clairvoyant, but I can predict what's going to happen to you. You're going to walk around for a few more years, and then you'll die. Me too. And whatever you experience in those few more years cannot fulfill you. It'll never be enough. The only thing that can fulfill you is being yourself. And that's inseparable from now, the field of now. That frees you, it liberates you from the world. And then you walk around with much less heaviness for the next few years on the planet. Instead of At the moment, humans are very heavy on the planet. Wherever they step, life gets exterminated. And that's to do with their state of consciousness. But there is another way to live. And this is it. Thank you.